Viviona. Dia seorang pelajar MRSM yang berasal dari kampung pinggan-pinggan, Sabah. Viviona ada masalah. Dia perlu menjalani peperiksaan secara atas talian. Tapi capaian internet di tempat tinggalnya kurang stabil. Jadi, untuk mendapat isyarat yang lancar, dia bina pondok kecil di puncak bukit berdekatan dengan rumahnya. Malangnya disebabkan hujan lebat dan angin kencang, pondoknya roboh.
Nampaknya pondok yang kita sudah buat rosak.
Tapi Viviona tak mudah patah semangat. Dengan telefon bimbit, bekalan makanan sehari, powerbank dan kelambu, dia memajak pohon yang tinggi untuk mendapatkan akses internet bagi menduduki peperiksaan secara dalam talian. Titik peluhnya juga membuahkan hasil.
Assalamualaikum and a very pleasant day. I bid to our lecturer, Sir Ibrahim bin Zakaria, and to all my fellow friends. So my name is Ahmad Uzair bin Roslan and I'm from Group 1. So first of all, I would like to introduce my group members from Group 1, which consists of Nur Fahana Husaini binti Manazari, Nurul Mardia binti Hazami, Salmi binti Idris, Abang Nur Haizam bin Abang Kamaluddin, Ahmad Uzair bin Roslan, and Balkis binti Hasnan. So, on this lovely day, we are from Group 1, would like to present our infographic, which is entitled of Solution on How to Improve Internet Coverage in Rural Area. So basically, we choose this topic to associate with the current issue that went viral about the story of Sabah student who climbed the tree just to get a better internet access. So this story was written up in Kota Kinabalu by the Star newspaper, while urbanites get all worked up over slow or limited internet access, especially when they need to carry out urgent transaction online, the Sabahan girl took it upon herself to find a solution. So instead of whining and throwing a tantrum, she looked for a tall tree and climbed it just to get a better reception. So this was shared by an 18 years old University Malaysia Sabah student named Viviona Mosidin. So to support the argument to this issue, the data from the regulator, Malaysian Communications Multimedia Commission, MCMC, shows that fixed broadband penetration rates at 34.5% as at the second quarter of 2020. Meanwhile, in Sabah, the figure is only 16.1%, which is one of the lowest in Malaysia, second only to Kelantan with a mere 12.2% fixed broadband penetration rate. So on the other hand, Malaysia's mobile broadband penetration rate is 116.7, while Sabah is only at 78.8%, which is rated the lowest in the country. So actually this is not the kind of thing that we shouldn't be proud of, as this is very important thing during this pandemic of COVID-19 in shaping the fate of the children and the student of the nation out there, which is through the online education. So on behalf of that, there must be a way to improve internet coverage in this rural area. So I would like to pass this presentation to Abang Nur Haizam to deliver his solutions on how to improve internet coverage in this rural area.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abang Nur Haizam bin Abang Kamaluddin. I will present my point on how to improve internet coverage in rural area regarding the issue of Sabah student climb tree to get better internet. The solution is provide better wireless networks rather than wired network in the area. One reason rural wired service is less available and less advanced is cost, which relates to population density. In urban communities, a mile-long cable might pass dozens of or even hundreds of homes and businesses. Rural internet requires longer wire and offers special signal boosting equipment with fewer potential customers from home to recoup the cost. Covering these longer distances may be easier with wireless technologies, including satellite broadband, short-distance radio links, and mobile phone data. Wireless networking provides various advantages in rural conditions. First, in rural areas with scattered populations, using wireless networks can save the high cabling cost of the wired alternative. Secondly, wireless network can ease installation that are difficult to wire, for example, when river, roads, or other obstacles separate the facilities to be connected. Besides that, it can also reduce installation time, where the installation of cabling is often considered to be a time-consuming task. Lastly, wireless networks also offer the benefits of increased reliability, where a frequently occurring problem faced by wired networks in the system downtime due to cable. Therefore, accessibility and ease of use are the main advantage of wireless network. There is no need for cable, sockets, and others. This will make life easier for the user and potentially the network provider too, as setup costs can be lower. That is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Nur Farhana Husaini. Today I will give second solution according to issue poor coverage in rural area. Reposition or upgrade router. Why? It is to improve the internet connection in rural area and ensure you are getting the most out of service. The position of router can play a vital role in the performance of your internet and Wi-Fi. Placing it near or behind other devices such as TV, microwave, or stuffing it inside the cupboard can drastically decrease the performance of your connection. It's really important work out you need the most of your wireless network coverage. Placing your router in an open space, the higher up the better, such as the hallway is an optimal location. If just not possible, there are alternative solutions such as Wi-Fi access point, which is WAPs. This will help boost the dead spot that those non-optimal places might create. Also, if you cannot recall how old your router, it is impossible that you may need to upgrade it or may not able to support the technology. Interestingly, not all modem and router designed to support the largest home. It is also known a fact that modem and Wi-Fi will go extinct all the time, particularly as the higher speed and Wi-Fi standard come to market. As the technology grows, so do the new future design to support more devices and provide you with a better connection. Sometimes, your old router might not be able to do and instead it might buckle under the strain. Ultimately, if you are looking for the secure home network, you need a top-tier router Wi-Fi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salmi binti Idris. I will explain the solution number 3. Identify the problem. There are many problems that can be a wireless issue as opposed to the internet connection itself. We have seen many cases where the internet speed coming into property has been stable and very good. Internet nowadays is very important, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. The problem that has been with the wireless signal not performing well, causing a decrease in internet speed. The solution or the best thing that can we do is to test the internet speed using an internal cable first before calling your internet service provider. Now, I will explain solution number 4, applying satellite internet. What are the benefits? One of the major plus points on satellite internet is that it brings access to information, knowledge, online services, and communication to the extreme remote regions. Things of students, especially in accessing to their online studies, and also regards and knowledge database for newfound disease in remote area between doctors and patient, mothers communication with son far away from the village, and economic development possibility via high-speed internet services. Extending internet coverage via satellite would give all regions equal opportunities to share the reimbursement given by internet.
Now, I will be explain solution number 5, which is the government and the private sector needs to play a role. As a student, we know that efficient communication plays an important role, especially between the university, lecturers, and students. Imagine how difficult teaching and learning would have to be during pandemic when there was no access to the internet. So, this is the time for the government as well as private sector and NGOs plays a role to provide infrastructure to curb internet problems, especially in rural areas. We are aware that rural areas such as Sabah Sarawak, Kelantan and other rural areas are difficult to access the internet, where students also experiencing difficulties in learning session. The government needs to be more vigilant in curbing the internet problem so that students do not feel left in studying.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Balkis binti Asnan and I'm from BA 2355A. Alright, now I would like to explain the sixth solution from our issue, which is provide broadband. Broadband connectivity has become more important during the current pandemic, as most Malaysia will have to go online for work and online for classes. Unfortunately, basic mobile connectivity is still lacking in rural area in Malaysia. We probably have heard story about students climbing trees and some even endangering their own life just to get good mobile connectivity. While Malaysia has pulled the handbrake on 5G rollout and to shift its focus on strengthening its existing 4G network, it will still take a long time to upgrade connectivity in underserved area, and it can be ready in just matter of days. Satellite provide the solution toward this problem. This initiative often requires community members to first come together to assess and identify their needs, from homes and household connection to business that could benefit from broadband access. With a supportive government partner, much more can be entities and the service provided to make broadband accessible.
Now, we have come to the end of the presentation. So on top of that, I would like to share the conclusion that can be justified to support the solutions to improve internet coverage in rural areas. So in dense urban areas, providing internet access is quite easy. So there are multiple service providers, fiber connections, cable internet and more. But providing internet access for rural areas is a different story. When we talk about rural areas, we might know that not all of the people here receive such a good internet coverage like the people in urban area. So they have to face a lot of challenges in order to survive in the midst of hardship. Therefore, a study should be conducted with service providers and Sabah state government to identify solutions that are economically viable and future-proof to improve the internet coverage and speeds in remote and blind spot areas of Sabah. So population in remote areas of Sabah will also play a role in determining an effective network infrastructure, and the most important thing is for education purpose, like what we are facing now, which is online learning all the way during the pandemic of COVID-19 that has affected our country. So by giving the solution on how to improve internet coverage in rural areas before, none of these challenges are impossible to solve. With that, let us do pray for our country to be back like a normal situation and what we used to be before, to make sure every single student like us to be receiving such a good and high quality of internet coverage on top of our main issue. That's all from me, and thank you for listening. With that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you, sir.